Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
Golden Ricketts, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I am well. You've made my night. Before we get started, please go ahead and big up the greatest parish in Jamaica.
You're putting me on the spot. So I'm gonna big up St. Thomas because I was born there, and I'm also gonna big up St. Andrew because I grew up there.
I love that. I'll take that. 14.94 games record. You weren't playing about tonight, were you?
No, I definitely knew that the girls were coming out here to fight, so I had to bring my A game and war them.
What got you going? Was it the cold or was it something else?
It's the cold. I like competing in the cold for some strange reason, but then after the first jump, I feel like it got even colder, and then the breeze started changing. So, yeah, I don't know.
What next? What's next for you in terms of achievement? Because this is your greatest career medal, isn't it?
Yes. Apart from the World Championships, yes, this is my first gold. So what's next? I have the Monaco Diamond League next week, and I'm also going to be participating at the Knockout Championships in Bahamas.
Amazing stuff. And how does it feel to inspire the little kids in St. Thomas? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them with their eyes gripped to the screen saying, I want to be like Golden Ricketts.
Yes, definitely. I hope to be an inspiration to them. I hope they see themselves in me. If them foot long, them can try the triple jump. You know, if them slim, them can try the triple jump or even high jump.
What if them have short foot?
If them have short foot, then can try to cause some foot short too.
Amazing. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where where you're based in the world. I'm laughing because guys, I had a complete blunder earlier on. By the way, good day to all my followers. Drop some comments in the comment section. I went live some minutes ago, but the only thing is it was on the wrong live. So I was like, where is everyone? And then I realized there's an error, technical error that I need to mend. So here I am. So let's give that another go. My followers, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. All depends on where you're based in the world. I'm one step closer to my Friday, one step closer to my weekend. 9 minutes away from 12 a.m. here in London, and that will take me firmly into my Friday, the start of my Friday morning. Let me know how you guys are doing in the comments section. Let me know how your week has been. Let me know what plans you guys have for your weekend as well. I keep on telling you, and I'm going to reiterate it a few more times, that we have a big weekend of actions as it relates to the Reggae Girls. And the headline reads for itself. It says Reggae Girls news and updates. We have the North London derby coming up, and that will be Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer's Tottenham taking on Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium Saturday. And on Sunday, we have Chelsea playing host to Manchester City and Bunny Shaw. So two big games to look forward to in top flights of women's football in England. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit more. I'm going to give you guys some updates as it relates to the North London derby. Also going to be touching on Paige Bailey-Gayle. Paige Bailey-Gayle is the main focus of tonight's conversation, right? And let me go through my notes, and we might touch on a few of areas as well. Trying my best not to be too repetitive for you guys. I know some of you haven't been watching the last few live streams, so I'll do my best to bring you guys up to speed without sounding too repetitive. Not sure why you guys are so quiet this evening, but then again, you guys have hit the like button, so I guess I don't really have much to complain about. But I like when you guys are pretty talkative in the comment section. So get talking, throw some questions my way. Again, let me know how you guys are doing. So where to start first? I guess we should start with the North London derby. Before I do that, I should probably give you guys a look at the table in top flight of women's football. Again, that is the WSL. So I could take you guys over to the WSL before we dive into the North London derby. All right, so let me go ahead and turn on my shared screen, and we can take a look at who's at the top and how match day one went as it relates to our Reggae Girls. So that will be Drew Spence, Khadija Shaw, and also Rebecca Spencer as well, right? So let's go ahead and look at the WSL quickly, and then we're going to dive into the North London derby. And before I close off, I'm going to be touching on my main talking point, which involves Paige Bailey-Gayle and Crystal Palace. Many of you are probably wondering what is going on with Paige Bailey-Gayle and Crystal Palace. She did make a summer transfer to the Eagles some months back, around May, and there's a question mark there. Is she going to play? Will she play? Won't she play? I think I finally managed to find the answer for you guys. So sit tight, and I'm going to give you the latest on the Reggae Girls. Paige Bailey-Gayle, Rebecca Spencer, and Drew Spence, and also Khadija Banishaw and Manchester City, all in relation to top flight of women's football in England. Right, so my first tab, let's see if we can go over here and look at the WSL. Is that the right one? Yes, it is. So you should be looking at a couple of the fixtures. And if I click on the table, you'll see that that is match day 1. So if we just do a little backstep a little bit, you guys can see the results from match day 1. The only teams at present that is pretty much relevant to us is Manchester City, as I've reiterated on many occasions, and also Tottenham Hotspurs as well. And you can see this one is a bit of a shocking read for those of you who support Man City, and Khadija Banishaw losing on the opening day of the 2022-2023 season away to Aston Villa. On a real positive here for us is that Khadija Banishaw etched her name on the score sheet. The not so positive is she was substituted in the 70th minute. And unfortunately for Manchester City, 6 minutes later, their hosts found the winner. So that is how Manchester City is looking. If you followed women's football in Manchester City last season, you would know by now, you should at least know by now, that they had a rocky start to their season. Went out of the UEFA Women's Champions League qualifying rounds at early jump, and also this year, a bit of a deja vu. Real Madrid sent them packing last season, and they coincidentally they've done the same thing twice, in terms of showing Manchester City the exit door. And it was a former Manchester City player as well who put the nail in their coffin. So bit of a deja vu start for Manchester City, both in the league and also in the UEFA Women's Champions League. Now, if we go over and look at Tottenham, makes for a more pleasing reading. If we're talking about goals being scored, we're going to ignore that own goal there by Drew Spence. We're not going to dwell on that one. Let's pretend that it didn't happen. Let's go focus on Drew Spence and also Rebecca Spencer. Rebecca Spencer, for those of you who missed my last couple of live streams, Rebecca Spencer has now racked up 100 appearances in the Women's Super League. And she's played for a number of clubs between then and now, her past and her present. Also played for Tottenham's biggest rivals, Arsenal, that is. She's played for Arsenal. So on the opening day of the season, they had a good start. Got out the blocks nice and early. Never mind the fact that they conceded a goal. The most important thing is that they walked away with 3 delightful points. And a positive for us, aside from the end result itself, is that Drew Spence managed to grab her goal, her debut goal there for Tottenham Hotspurs. Good to see her off with a strong start with her new club, quite similar to Paige Bailey-Gayle. After over a decade of service with Chelsea, Drew Spence made the move to North London, and her new club is now Tottenham Hotspurs. Right, so I think it's the perfect. See if you guys actually. Oh well, finally, you guys are talking in the comment section. I was gonna end the live. Good day, Mr. Beckford. How are you? Are you on your way to work? Are you at work? How's everything looking with you? Mr. Eric, how are you? How you doing? Good to see you around here. I don't know why. I mean, this is why I give you guys maybe tonight. I gave you maybe 1 hour and 10 minutes to be notified. I'm not really sure if it's worked, but again, holding back on the latest information. So I'm just doing a quick little recap of what's been stated on the last two live streams before I get into the freshest information, news and updates for the Reggae Girls. So that is how our headline looks. I got to make two more headlines for you guys. We're gonna just get into the second headline. So yes, if you're tuning in or if you're silently watching, if you're down in the comments section, whichever, yes, the first half of the show does sound a little bit repetitive. It's entirely deliberate for those of you who are out the loop. For those of you who aren't up to speed with the Reggae Girls, and if you missed the last couple of live streams, then I'm just doing this especially for you. All right. And to those of you who have been here over the last couple of days, sorry that it's sounding a little bit repetitive. My apologies. Okay, so you guys would have heard me talk about Anna Ramsey. Good to see you around. How are you? I think I've seen you around here before, if I'm not mistaken. Good evening to yourself. I hope your day's going well. So yes, guys, I'm pretty sure I've spoken to you guys about the North London Derby. If you're going to the North London Derby, let me know. I tried to get to the North London Derby last year, and if memory serves me well, it had to be rescheduled because of COVID, right? I think there was a COVID outbreak. I can't remember in whose camp. I can't remember if it was the Arsenal camp or the Tottenham camp, but it was a COVID outbreak somewhere. And that pretty much prevented the schedule from going ahead. And it had to be rescheduled. And something came up and I wasn't able to go. Will things be different this time round? Who knows? Who knows? But if you are going to the North London Derby, then let me know. And I think we are right on cue to talk about the North London Derby in depth. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to switch my shared screen in a bit. So whatever you guys have to say, I'm not going to see it for a short while. I'm going to just switch over to a different shared screen. I'm going to do some reading for you guys, some positive reading, and then I'm going to get back and look at the comment section with you guys. So sit tight, don't go nowhere. Miss Brown, I am well. How are you? How are you doing? How's work? I hope they're being kind to you. Hope the minions are being kind to you. You can drop me a message on WhatsApp or you can drop a comment in the comment section. Right, guys, so let's get into it. Let's go over to my second headline for you guys. Now, before I get into the reading of this particular article, I want you guys to know that this one was written and published on the 1st of September. So in terms of the figures there for the attendance figures, it is now outdated, which is a huge positive. So we're gonna get into that. So I'm gonna read the report as it is, but just let me just emphasize that the tickets sold for this match since then has gone through the roof, just flown through the roof. We are currently looking at, and let me just bring that up on screen for you. Why not? Why hold all the good news to myself? This is how we're looking currently for the North London Derby. And in case you're wondering, the North London Derby that is taking place this Saturday at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal playing host to Rebecca Spencer and Drew Spence. And just like that, let's get into some reading. Yes, it does say 50,000 tickets sold for the North London Derby, and that is in relation to the women's team. You should know that by now because the men's team are on their international break, right? All right, so like I said to you guys, this particular article was written on the 1st of September, so it's now outdated, right? So now we're looking at a record-breaking 50,000 tickets have been sold for Arsenal's women's clash with Tottenham Hotspurs at the Emirates Stadium on Saturday, September the 24th, right? 1 month exactly until my birthday. Write that in your calendar there, guys. I'm expecting a couple of happy birthdays, if you don't mind. This year's Derby is set to be the all-time highest attendance for a Barclays Women's Super League game. The previous record of 38,262 was set in 2019 during another North London derby at the Tottenham Hotspurs Stadium, right? So we're on for something special, irrespective of the full-time score there for the Reggae Girls playing in front of a record-breaking attendance at the Emirates Stadium. Again, this match will be taking place on Saturday. And let's just say what the head coach Jonas, and he's the head coach for Arsenal women. This is what he had to say. It's been incredible to see the demand for tickets for the North London derby. You can really feel the excitement around the game at the moment, so it's amazing to see that translate into a record breaking attendance. Now it's our job to repay the enthusiasm with a big performance in this crucial clash for our supporters. A classic fixture since Tottenham were promoted to the WSL. Again, that's the Women's Super League in 2019. We last hosted our local rivals at the Emirates Stadium in May. This was the one that I tried to get to, guys, and yeah, this one had to be rescheduled, unfortunately. And so you would have remembered the scoring from that particular game because we did discuss it. Goals there from Beth Mead, Caitlin Ford secured a 3-0 win after a comprehensive display from the Gunners. Might as well finish off reading this one here for you. They will play, I will say they, I'm referring to Arsenal. They will play two further WSL fixtures at the Emirates Stadium during the 2022-2023 campaign. And dependent on their qualification to the UEFA Women's Champions League group stage, they also plan to play host all three Champions League group fixtures in N5. Saturday's North London derby between Spurs will kick off at 1:30 p.m. UK time. So again, we are on to something special in the North London derby as it relates to the women's team. That is 50,000 tickets sold for the North London derby. So if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. Right? Colin, are you? Colin says, "Good evening, one of your favorite watchers." Well, you're now one of my favorite subscribers. Don't be silent, Colin. Drop a comment in the comment section. I don't bite. Promise you, I don't bite. I was going to message you there, Mr. Beckford, but to be honest with you, I got a little bit scared. I didn't want to bother you. I did think of messaging you, and I was just like, I don't really want to annoy you, so I just went ahead and just gone ahead with the stream. So I do apologize. Okay, so now it's time to focus on our girl, Tottenham goalkeeper, the number one of the best in the league, and that is none other than Rebecca Spencer. She shared her thoughts on the North London derby. For those of you who missed the first part of the show or the last two live stream, Rebecca Spencer has now reached a 100 appearance in top flight of women's football in England. So we're going to get into looking at Rebecca Spencer's comments for the North London derby, right? So let me go ahead and switch. Let me go ahead and remove one of my shared screen. I'm going to bring you guys another shared screen and we could read this one together if you don't want to read it. The writing, to be fair, the writing is a little bit small. Even I'm struggling. And the brightness on my reflecting of my laptop isn't exactly helping. So I'm going to try and read this one out to you guys. Again, if you want to read it for yourself, you are more than welcome to. All right, so this is what it says. Last weekend's 2-1 win against Leicester City women, the Foxes represented Rebecca Spencer's 100th appearance in the WSL. That's the Women's Super League. Again, top flight of women's football in England. It was an important win for us, she told the Tottenham Hotspurs way on Sunday. She said, "We knew that we had to get the 3 points on the board early. The performance itself, I think we've got a lot of work on in terms of how we want to play moving forward." So that's her being quite realistic humble and positive. Yes, they did get the all important 3 points. Unfortunately, conceded an own goal. Again, we're not going to go over that. I'm pretty sure we won't see more of that this season. But fair play to her. They did the most important thing, which was to get the all important 3 points. But clearly, they need to go back to the drawing board and make adjustments, make further improvements, which could only be a positive. It could only be a good thing. Mr. Smith, you're right in time. Right in time, because we are talking about your beloved Tottenham. I might just stop talking about them now that you're here. And let me continue. So these are the words here from Rebecca Spencer. And she is talking about her milestone, her outstanding milestone, reaching 100 appearance in top flight of women's football in England. She said, to reach that milestone, it's a privilege and an honor to do that here because I feel at home at this club. It has been a long time coming because I've been in the league for a long time. It's a lot of games, and I'm really proud of that. Hopefully, there are many more. She continued by saying, I've won quite a lot of trophies within that time and been part of a lot of successful teams, but I really just want to have a successful season at Tottenham and maybe win something. That's what I'm moving on to. Again, positive mindset, eyes on the prize. And as we focus on the all important North London showdown there, appearance 101 could well be Saturday's North London's derby at the Emirates Stadium against Arsenal. As I've said to you guys, to reiterate, Spencer used to play for the Gunners and she can't wait to get going. She said, looking ahead to the North London derby, a North London derby has always got its appeal, but we're looking forward to it. Again, being quite honest, I think I've said not just with the women's team, but just in general, so both men's and women's. I think the North London derby is right up there with those blockbusters football clashes. You know what to expect. I always say form don't have nothing to do with it, particularly with the men's side of the game. It is a game of football that is played on the day. So for me, form always goes out the window when I think of the North London derby. I don't go into a North London derby on high momentum, the better form, and think that 3 points is already in the bag because history shows that that's not often the case. She continued by saying, if we can get all of that out and focus on what we do best, that's the main thing. All the girls are fired up and ready to go, myself included. I can't wait to get out there and hopefully put on a great performance for the fans. 1 second, guys. Oh. Sorry, guys. Yes, what was I saying? Let me go back to the article. So she continued by saying the younger players now are fearless. We've got a lot of youngsters in the team and nothing phases them. So I think they'll be fine in that environment. There are also a lot of experienced players who have played in a lot of games with high attendance. Now, that high attendance there that Rebecca Spencer is talking about is the 50,000 tickets sold for this weekend's North London clash. Yes, you heard that correctly. 50,000 tickets sold. It should be on your screen, should be the headline right in front of you. As things stand, I can't actually see the headline because I'm focusing on this particular article. So Rebecca Spencer said, I don't think that's a worry for us. We know what we need to do, and we are prepared for the big crowds. We're ready. I like that. Positive, fighting talk, focus, ready to go, prepared. That's what you want from the person between the sticks. She says also, guys, it's a credit to everyone involved, past and present, that the attendance record is being broken. And let me just remind you guys, the attendance record is being broken once more as it relates to top flight football in England. Previously, coincidentally, it was Arsenal and Tottenham who broke the record, and they're on course to do that again with the 50,000 tickets sold. She said, I remember playing when there was one man and his dog in the stands. So it's amazing to play in front of these crowds. And as footballers, we deserve these kind of attendance numbers. There's some great football being played in the WSL. So it's time people take note of that. Sorry, it's time people take notice of that. Yes, she's absolutely right. I'll be with you guys in a few. Just let me finish off this the rest of Rebecca Spencer's comments ahead of the North London derby. She said, before I get into the rest of her comments there, Spencer was part of Arsenal's Centre of Excellence early in her career and says it would mean a lot to come away from the Emirates with 3 points on Saturday. I was saying this to a couple of our girls today. We've always fallen short against Arsenal. If it plays on our mind, it does, but we just want to get a positive results and we're up and we're on the cups of it. It's a really fiery affair, and that's welcome in the game because it wasn't seen as that in the past. Everyone can look forward to a real battle on the pitch. The girls are ready to go. And she finished off by saying, we had a terrific season last year and no one enjoyed playing against us, especially at the Hive, which we pride ourselves on. To get a positive result at the Emirates in front of their own fans is something we are all relishing for sure. Okay, so that is Rebecca Spencer's comments there ahead of the North London derby. And just like that, I am right on cue to do some updates on my social media. I just remembered I haven't updated this yet. So let me go over before I go any further, I think I need to give you guys good to see. One thing I like about the Arsenal men's social media team, particularly the ones on Twitter, they are very involved with their women's team, always there to celebrate them. I'll give you guys a example of it. Right, all I need to do is actually just move something up quickly. So let me give you guys a little bit of an example of what I'm referring to. Should be able to see this one right here, guys. As I stated, tweeted some hours ago, 50,000 tickets sold. Who's ready for the North London derby? Let me know in the comment section if you're ready. If you're not excited after hearing 50,000 tickets have been sold, then I don't know what's going to get you pumped. And tweeted it by the Arsenal men's team again some hours ago. Incredible supports, Gooners. Let's keep it going. In case you guys are wondering, the capacity of the Emirates Stadium is over 60,000, just below 61,000. So the fact that 50,000 tickets have been sold for the women's North London derby, I think that says quite a lot, doesn't it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you guys want to call into the show, I'm fully connected to my Wi-Fi, so please do go ahead and get calling. Just bear with me. Let me just do a quick little update on social media, and we're going to get into the rest of the show. Again, my main talking points tonight is focused on Paige Bailey-Gayle. So let's just sit tight. Few of you have been asking what's going on with Paige Bailey-Gayle. I did touch on the fact that she had an injury, to be precise, a hamstring injury. So we're going to get into that. Has she recovered? Will she play for Crystal Palace this year? I don't know. Will she play for them ever? I've got your answers. So do sit tight. Let me just update my socials real quick, and then I'll be back with you guys. In the meantime, cast your eyes at the bottom of the screen, and if you want to get dial in, then please go ahead and do so. I would love to hear from you guys before I close off. Almost been here for half an hour, and I would love to hear from you all before I close off. Mr. Kevin Smith, is this Canadian Kevin? My apologies if I got that wrong. No, I do have a Canadian Kevin. Is it Canadian Kev? Wouldn't mind hearing from you. You're always piping up in my comment section with Spurs, so would love to hear you pipe up now that you're looking at the North London derby as your next fixture. So yeah, please do get dialing, Mr. Kevin Smith. I definitely want to hear from you. Oh, you're the American. Well, wasn't far off, was I? Still across the pond. But yes, you wait until I close up on my live stream when you think I haven't seen your comments to drag me about Arsenal. Please, my friend, please, get dialing if you wish. Again, I don't bite. So let me just go ahead and update. update my socials real quick. And if you guys are on Instagram, then please go ahead and like my latest post. Nothing that you guys don't already know. It's just about the 50,000 tickets sold for Saturday's Barclays Women's North London derby between Arsenal and Tottenham at the Emirates Stadium. Again, if you guys are going to that one, do drop a comment and let me know in the comment section there. And you have no excuse if you have internet and the internet's working fine, then do tune in from wherever you are, whether you're on home soil in Jamaica or in the diaspora like myself. You have no excuse but to watch this North London derby, because I will be asking questions about it. So you better be tuning in. Likewise, you're spoiled for choices. There's never ever an excuse to not be watching the Reggae Girls, because they're all over the globe. So you must be able to find a link to at least one match. They're playing in Hungary, they're playing in Canada, England, the United States, Poland, Czech Republic, all over the globe. So there's no excuse for when we're talking about these games. I don't want crickets, guys. You know, if I want crickets, I'll head to Jamaica for that. I don't want crickets in the comment section. So do get comfortable with talking to myself, because I really like talking to myself. Good thing I don't ever answer back. We're going to be see if I've done everything I need to do with the North London derby with you guys. I think now we need to go and look at my main topic of conversation. You would have known. I don't. Kevin, are you running away from our battle? I've been patient. You have been giving me heavy beating lately, Mr. Kevin Smith. Heavy beating lately, and all of a sudden you're gone quiet. All right. All right, Mr. Kevin Smith. All right, all right, all right. Okay, let me try and find something for you guys. We're gonna get into talking about Paige Bailey-Gayle in a few. Just let me try and find something quickly. It's difficult when you're trying to it's difficult when you're trying to multitask, guys. I'm trying to do 101 things and talk to you guys at the same time, all on social media, that is. So all right. All right, so I'm gonna have to just respond to these guys when I close off, because the multitasking thing just isn't working. All right, let's see. No, I get a heavy beating from my brother. He likes the what's that? He likes those nice people just like you. I agree. I definitely agree, Kevin Smith. All right, so it's time to get into um Paige Bailey-Gayle and what's happening with Paige Bailey-Gayle and the Eagles being Crystal Palace. Now, for those of you who are wondering, Crystal Palace sit just below the WSL, so they're in second tier of women's football in England, competing in the Barclays Women's Championship. Now, I did give you guys some updates there on Paige Bailey-Gayle over the summer, and I did notify you guys that she had made a transfer to the Eagles. And we're just going to do a little bit of a recap, right? Again, for the purpose of transparency, so that we all stay on the same page with our Reggae Girls. Going to give you guys a little bit of a backtracking, just a friendly reminder of how things unfolded there for Paige Bailey-Gayle. She formerly played for the Foxes being Leicester City, was crowned champions of Leicester City, and that would have been uh, the women's championship just before they were promoted to the top flight of women's football. And some months back, to be accurate, around May, as it says here, guys, you should be able to read this one, the 23rd of May. This was a statement that was put out by Leicester City, and it reads as follows. Leicester City women can confirm that 5 players will depart the club this summer following the expiration of their contract at the end of the 2021-2022 Barclays FA Women's Super League season. And I can't say, unfortunately, no disrespect to Leicester City, but I've been one in at that time for Paige Bailey-Gayle to go elsewhere. Again, no disrespect to Leicester City, terrific club. I'm grateful that they gave her a chance, but it just seemed like that was not the best fit for her. So I'm delighted that she left Leicester City. One of my favorite callers is calling in. Miss Panton, how are you?
Hello.
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm not sure what's going on with your YouTube. It's saying that you're live at 5:40, and I constantly refreshing the page, but I'm not seeing anything like you're live. I'm not sure if you're live or not.
Oh, really? Can you not see my live now?
No, I'm not. That's why I missed the show the other day. I don't know what's going on with my phone.
Maybe it's something to do with YouTube. I'll send them an email tomorrow. Because maybe it's to do with YouTube. I will send them an email tomorrow. Because you have Philip Beckford. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
I can't really hear you that clearly. I think there's something in your background.
You're going in and out.
Let me know if you guys in the comment section can hear Sabrina. I'm struggling to hear you a little bit. There's a sound in your background.
Oh, you hear me now?
Just about. It's a little bit better.
Okay. I don't know why I'm not seeing you live. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing you live. I'm not seeing it.
Okay, what I'll do is I will drop YouTube an email tomorrow and ask them what's going on. You're the second person to say that they're experiencing some difficulties. So I'll drop them a email and see what they say. Maybe they can rectify the issue.
Okay, what's happening on the show?
Okay, so I just gave a little update on the North London Derby. So 50,000 tickets sold for Saturday's North London Derby between Arsenal and Tottenham, right? So I'm not sure if you caught that bit of the show. And then I'm about to dive into some updates on Paige Bailey-Gayle and Crystal Palace.
Crystal what?
Crystal Palace.
Oh, Crystal Palace. Oh, okay, I will rewatch the show whenever I see it. Yeah, because I'm not seeing it.
Okay, try refreshing it.
Because I can't say anything throughout the show because I'm not actually tuning.
Try giving it a refresh. So try closing the YouTube app and then try seeing if that makes any improvements.
Okay, I will try that. I'm gonna try from my phone on my iPhone and see if I can get the live on there.
Okay. What's that sound in the background?
I don't know what you're hearing. Could be the fan, could be my nephew them playing, could be my next phone, could be anything. Their kids here.
There's something that sounds like a little ice cream truck. It's not an ice cream truck, but it sounds something like it.
No. You're not hearing it now, right?
No, I'm not.
Because he said I'm using my next phone on TikTok. So it's a sound from TikTok.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, what is that? I was like, okay, I can hear you clearly now.
Okay, it's a TikTok thing.
Okay, so TikTok. Okay.
And if anything, I will call you back.
Okay, then. All right. Okay, take care. You see, Mr. Smith, Kevin Smith, that is how you support a channel there, Mr. Kevin Smith. I've not heard this one before. I've not heard this joke before. So yes, guys. All right. So as I was saying, not really downbeat about Paige Bailey-Gayle departing Leicester City. So like I said to you guys, she departed Leicester City after her contract came to an end of season. So that was around May. And then we heard from Paige's social media on Twitter. She said, buzzing to sign for Palace. Can't wait to get started. In case some of you are wondering, she will be wearing the number 14 jersey, and I'll bring that up on screen for you guys so you guys can see that one with me. If in case you guys want to go ahead and buy a Crystal Palace jersey with Paige Bailey-Gayle name and number on the back, why not? Good option. So you'll be donning the number 14 jersey if that's what you choose to do. Should be able to see this one on screen. This tweet came out on the 4th of August from Crystal Palace, and as you can see there, you have Paige Bailey-Gayle's comments right at the top. Donning the number 14 forward position, that is where she plays, and you already know that she represents the black, gold, and green. Former club, as I've stated, is the Foxes, Leicester City. Her proudest moment, in case you guys are wondering, is qualifying for the World Cup with Jamaica. Right. So a few of you in the comment section have been asking what is going on with Paige Bailey-Gayle. You've all been like wondering. Some of you are a little bit maybe concerned because you haven't been seeing her in the team sheet for Crystal Palace this season. And we're going to look at where Palace are in the league. Let me just close down some of my tabs because things are becoming a little bit confusing for me. So let's just close down some of the tabs there that we no longer need. Okay, that's better. All right, so let's go back over to Paige Bailey-Gayle, and we're going to be looking at where Crystal Palace sit in the championship. Working on this phone. Okay, brilliant. That's good. Yes, we have to support our girls. Absolutely. Absolutely have to support our girls. So if you're just tuning in, you would have missed the first bit of the show. Touched on the North London Derby, 50,000 tickets sold for the North London Derby. And we're talking about women's football here. So Tottenham is the home belonging to Rebecca Spencer and also Drew Spencer as well, and they're getting ready to square off at the Emirates in front of, as things stand, 50,000 tickets sold for the North London Derby. So they're gearing up to compete in front of 50,000 spectators. That might increase over the next couple of days, over the next 2 days. Maybe that might increase. For those of you who are unaware, the capacity of the Emirates Stadium is just over 60,000, 60,704. And 50,000 tickets have been sold so far, so it's not too bad, is it? And we have also touched on Khadija Bunishaw. They'll be squaring off against Chelsea on Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday, you should be pretty occupied with your regular spoiled for choices outside of the English division as well. So you could cast your eyes across other leagues in the world, be it in Canada, in Hungary, Poland, Czech Republic, or wherever. You are hungry as well. If I haven't said hungry, you are absolutely spoiled for choices. No excuse as to why you shouldn't be supporting women's football. Kevin Smith is going. Good day, Mr. McGregor. Kevin is going for 3-1 Tottenham. Look, I'm not going to fight you on this. What you need to remember is when Arsenal and Tottenham are playing, for me, it is a win-win, right? That is a win-win. So you can't ever use that one against me. Even if it's Manchester City, it doesn't really matter who it is. It is always going to be a win-win for me, because that is my compatriots going up against the team that I support. So it doesn't really matter to me who wins that one. If Drew Spence scores, you gotta be out your mind if you think that I won't be celebrating that one. So yeah, it's a win-win for me. Blakey says 50,000 tickets. Wow. All right, so we're going to be getting into the next part of the show there. Let me just see. Edging towards the final part of my show, by the way, guys. So if you want to call in at any point, then please do go ahead and call in. This show has been quite positive, hasn't it? So I'm about to make it a tad bit more positive. Let's go ahead and look at Crystal Palace. Right. So Crystal Palace, you can see that their last game, if we can click on Crystal Palace, so we can look at their last two games played in the second tier of women's football in England, and that's because we all know that one of their match has been rescheduled to be decided at a later date. So should have been four, but at the moment they've played only three games played there. My apologies there, guys. So this is how things started off for them. They started off on a winning momentum, beating Atlanta premises, London City 1-0 on the opening day of the current season, and now they are being sponsored by Barclays. So it's now the Barclays Women's Championship. Continued their positive start to the season, beating Coventry United 3-0. Unfortunately, in their last game against Southampton, they fell to a 2-1 defeat. It's not all doom and gloom though, because if we could look at some of the positives or the huge positives there outside of Paige Bailey-Gayle's involvement, if we look at the top paragraph here, to go over last Sunday's fixture, again against Southampton. On Sunday afternoon, Crystal Palace women hosted Southampton at Selhurst Park, where they attracted a record attendance of 1,876. And you already know the outcome of that game. In case you weren't listening, for whatever the reason might be, sadly the game didn't end the way the crowd wanted, with the final score going 2-1 to the Saints. Right, but it's still a, as it states here, guys, a landmark um game regardless of the scoring. And absolutely, and if you do support Crystal Palace, things are about to get a little bit better for you. And if you're searching for goals, you might just be getting that goal scorer that you have been eagerly anticipating. Again, finally, after signing for Crystal Palace some months back, it looks like the long awaited debut for Paige Bailey-Gayle is well and truly on the cards. There's your second headline there for you. Crystal Palace summer signing Paige Bailey-Gayle is earmarked to be in the Eagles squad this weekend after recovering from a hamstring injury. So those of you who have been beating down on the door asking what's going on with Paige Bailey-Gayle, probably getting a little bit concerned, a bit like myself, wondering what's going on. Are we going to see Paige Bailey-Gayle compete at this year at all for the Eagles? There is your answer. Let's go over that once more for you. Crystal Palace summer signing forward Paige Bailey-Gayle is earmarked to be in the Eagles squad this weekend after recovering from a hamstring injury. Let me go and see who they've got. I think it's Blackburn. I think they're playing against Blackburn, if memory serves me well. Let's see. Are they playing against Blackburn? Let's see. Let's see who they're playing against, guys. So we can keep our eye. Yes, they are playing against Blackburn Rovers, and this one is scheduled for a 2 p.m. UK time kickoff, right? So on Sunday, you could also keep your eye on Crystal Palace and see what's going on with Paige Bailey-Gayle, as she has been earmarked to be in the Crystal Palace squad. So that's welcoming news. We know we didn't see Paige in the South Korea squad. I did say she was carrying a little bit of a niggle, but thankfully the road to recovery is behind her, and we can at least now anticipate a debut in the Eagles jersey for Paige Bailey-Gayle. So there is your welcoming news. There's the news that you guys have all been wanting. So that should set the tone for your Friday when it eventually arrives. My Friday is already here. It is officially 12:37 on my clock. So happy Friday to you guys when it finally arrives. Let me know what you think of the welcoming news there for Paige Bailey-Gayle, or for whatever I've said on the show so far. And that calls for another social media update. So let me go ahead and do some update my end on my socials. I even have a picture of Paige Bailey-Gayle. I think I need to get a picture of her first of all before I look to do anything with it. I think she's gonna be an impactful player for Crystal Palace. I'm gonna try and see if I can watch her this season. No, let me take that back. I will be watching her this season. I'm just gonna have to make time to try and get to a Paige Bailey-Gayle. I want to watch her in person. I think she's a player that I would enjoy, so I want to watch her in person. So I'm gonna put that Crystal Palace on my string of fixtures that I need to attend this season. What are you guys saying down there in the comment section? What happened to the... Yeah, it just goes to show that we're not the only one who have a federation that is up in tatters, right? Talking about the Spain women's team there. We're not the only one that have problems. Other countries have problems as well, just like us. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just doing a quick little update on my socials. And in case some of you are wondering, why am I doing my live streams earlier than usual? Well, unfortunately, it's something that you're going to have to get used to, because I won't be able to give you guys later live streams around my 1 a.m. as I usually do. I'm working on a few things behind the scenes for you guys, so it's taking up my time, so I won't be able to give you guys those later live streams. I'm happy that at least she is in a club and will be playing active football before the World Cup. Absolutely. That's what it's all about, isn't it? I'm actually buzzing, come to think of it. I'm buzzing. Finally, when I heard the news, I was absolutely delighted. That made my day, a matter of fact. So let me know what you guys make of what's been said so far. Gonna round this one off to 1 hour, and then I'm going to close off on the show. So we already discussed the 50,000 tickets there. 50,000 tickets sold for the North London Derby, for your official Reggae Girls and News update. And we've also touched on some exciting news, more exciting news there. Paige Bailey-Gayle earmarked to be in the Crystal Palace squad. So a debut looks like it is in touching distance for Paige Bailey-Gayle. Miss Sabrina, what's your thoughts before I close off on the show? I know in you, Mr. Smith, Kevin, I know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to be dropping a comment there after I've closed off on the live stream, as you always do. Oh wow, so match day for the Tottenham versus Arsenal game is now tomorrow for me. being that I'm already into my Friday. Right, guys, I got about 6 more minutes and then I'm going to close off with this one. "15 players resign." Oh, well, that's like when you what a way of looking at it. Also, let me know. I wanted to test it out last night, but I'm not really sure if you guys will take to it well. If you want us to discuss news and updates outside of our usual talking topics, so like the breaking news there with the Spain women's national team. If you want us to look at other topic of conversation, then let me know in the comment section or drop me a message on WhatsApp. Was going to do that yesterday. What did I have in mind? What topic was I looking at yesterday? Let's see something. Oh, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen about the KFC. Apparently KFC threatening the French National Federation. So all these federations are an absolute mess. So I was going to touch on that particular subject there with you guys. I was also going to touch on another bit of breaking news that I came across yesterday. At a Premier League shareholders meeting, clubs unanimously agree to introduce minimum length bans for supporters who take part in antisocial and criminal behaviors at stadiums, I should say. So, Rashid, good day to yourself. Mr. Matheson, he's the only one that's saying that he doesn't mind, or I should touch on other talking topics. So, I was gonna do that with you guys yesterday, so I'm gonna give it to you guys. Going ahead because it seems like you guys don't mind, right? Yeah, I saw this one and it was crazy. It was crazy when I first gave it a read. I was like, well, yes. I mean, even the French Federation has its problems, right? Um, so I got 4 more minutes with you guys, and then I'm going to close off before I forget my manners. Massive thank you to you guys there in the comments section. Thank you to Miss Panton for calling in earlier on. Thank you to all of you for always, always, always supporting the show and for supporting me. And long may it continue. The show, the program, the brand, the whole lot continues to grow, and that's all thanks to you guys. We're definitely a team. I can't grow without you guys, so thank you so much for your continuous support. Long may it continue. And we have covered all of my targeted talking topics. So if you guys have anything to say in the comment section, then you've got about 3 more minutes until I close off on the show. Oh gosh. I wonder if KFC can join the World Cup to add more fuel to the fire for 11 chickens on the pitch to play soccer. Sounds like you're a little bit mischievous there, Blakey. That is actually quite something. I think this one huge talking point from tonight's show, 50,000 tickets sold. And if you're in London, get yourself down to the Emirates. No excuse. Mr. Stevens, absolutely no excuse. No excuse not to be at the Emirates Stadium from any of you who claim to support the reggae girls. Coming to the derby, please hit the notification bell. Apparently, even when you guys hit the notification bell, you're still not being notified. So as I said earlier on, I'm going to be getting in touch with I'm going to be getting in touch with YouTube. Have I done everything that I need to do for you guys? I think I have. Looks like I have. Nothing, you guys don't have nothing else to say, so and on that note, I'm going to be signing off. Miss Panton, I hope that you're feeling better. You sound better than you did yesterday, so that's some positives. Rochelle, I hope things going good for you as well at work. Rashid, Blakey, Philip, Damien, Kev, I hope you're all doing well. Hot Chili, I didn't even know that you was here. How are you? Colin as well. Colin said he's been watching all along. Colin and Anne, Eric as well. I hope that you all have a smashing weekend. If I don't see you between now and the weekend, that is. If I don't see you over the weekend, I'm not really sure why you guys would allow that to happen, but I hope that you have a great week. Enjoy the rest of your week and have a smashing weekend when it comes. 50,000 tickets sold for the Women's North London Derby, which will be taking place this Saturday at the Emirates Stadium. Tottenham going head to head with Arsenal. So that is Arsenal hosting Tottenham at the Emirates Stadium. So we should be expecting to see Rebecca Spencer between the sticks for her 101 Women's Super League match. And we should also be seeing Drew Spence there in the middle of the park for a Tottenham, right? Before I go, let me know your predictions for that game. What's everyone saying? Someone, I think Kevin said 3-1 to Tottenham. Let me know you guys' predicted full-time scoreline. Let me know your full-time score for that game, guys. I still cannot believe it. I'm just reading this as we go, guys, about the 50,000 tickets sold. Incredible, incredible. Wow. That's magnificent. That is magnificent. It's history unfolding before our eyes there, for those of you who are wondering. History unfolding before our eyes. Wow. Incredible. Um 1-1. Rashid is going for 1-1. 2-all draw. 2-1. All right. 2-1 Spurs. Well, Rochelle's going for a win. Rochelle's saying that the Reggae Girls are going for a win. I think Drew Spence she may very well prove to be the difference maker, and that will be an upset at the Emirates Stadium for sure. 2-1 Spurs, 2-1 Arsenal, 2-1 Tottenham. Okay, 2-1 Spurs, 2-2-1. So you guys are back in the Reggae Girls there. Blakey is going for a 2-all. Rashid's going for a 2-all, and we know Kevin went for a 3-1 Spurs earlier on. So let's just see how this one happens, guys. Let's see how this one pans out. Jamaican fans hoping the Jamaican win. Classic. Can't argue with that at all. All right, guys. So that's me done. That's me done until the rest of the. I might be back tomorrow, depending on if I have any further news and updates to share with you guys. If not, I will see you over the weekend. Possibly you might see me on Ryan's channel tomorrow. If that's Ryan LFC, for those of you who are wondering, if time permits. If not, like I said, I will see you guys over the weekend. All right. So that was your Reggae Girls news and updates. Paige Bailey-Gayle earmarked to be in the Crystal Palace squad this weekend after recovering from injury. 50,000 tickets sold for the North London derby. Plenty of news, positive news that is, to keep you guys upbeat. If you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Even if you're not new, do your duty as the ultimate 12th man and hit that like button. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you guys. If you're out and about making your way home from work, I hope that you get home safe. If you're about to have your dinner, please do go ahead and eat for both of us. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.